Hey everybody, welcome to News by Muse. We got another great National Geographic series coming out, and we have executive producer Anwar Mamon, who does this great series called about America's national parks. What was it about telling the story about the national parks here in the United States?
I think it was a unique opportunity to do a deep dive into national parks that are so iconic. You know, America's national parks are known throughout the world, but I think many of us know them as headlines, as almost one-dimensional places. When you think of places like the Grand Canyon, you might not realize that it's actually home to a lush forest called the Kaibab Plateau, which is home to squirrels. And we really wanted to tell a comprehensive story of what makes America's national parks so special and so unique.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. Like, I saw the Grand Canyon episode, and it was a lot that I didn't even know, and I was just like amazed on what has been shown on this. But also too, the one thing I really truly love is the way it was shot. It's beautifully shot,
Oh,
and
thank you.
really gives the scenery and the Grand Canyon what it deserves because of how beautiful it is, the natural environment. What was it to be able to get your crew together and to be able to shoot these amazing scenes, especially the one that's coming up with Hawaii?
Well, I think, one of our series producers, Miles Connolly, is an American, and that
Mm.
gave us a great opportunity to look at the connection that Americans have to various national parks and to be able to tell kind of deeper stories. And I think the other thing worth mentioning is that the COVID-19 pandemic hit in the middle of our filming,
Mhm.
and we were already committed to using American crews, but it meant that we doubled down on that strategy. And I'm so pleased that you felt like it was shot beautifully, because actually a lot of the footage comes from local camera operators that might have these national parks in their backyards. And I think when you look at the series, I think it does add another dimension. I think they film things lovingly because it is their environment. It is the place that they live,
Yeah.
and they work so hard, sometimes over the course of a year and a half,
Mhm.
to follow a national park in all seasons, to follow animal characters from being born to being sub-adults. And I hope that intimacy carries through.
Yeah, and that's a good question. Kind of gave me a good question to ask about this. Was during the pandemic, how was like to be able to do that and to have that ability where a lot of normal movie and TV productions weren't able to do things like that? How much freedom did you have to be able to get, not only to be able to get these crews and be able to be this isolated, where you still be able to get your shots, still able be able to get your work done and have it done in time?
Well, I mean, I think first of all, we work very closely with the National Park Service, who were incredible collaborators, and the access we had, we were very lucky with as well. I think one of the benefits that we had working during the pandemic was that a lot of our crews are very small. Sometimes it's one person, and so the risk is easy to mitigate, and it's safe to do because of the locations we're going to, especially using talent that is nearby. And I think it also gave us the opportunity to film in the parks when a lot of them weren't as busy as they might have been. And I think that probably helped us capture some animals that are harder to capture in normal times.
Yeah. Do you ever think like we may never be able to do something like this again unless something like this sort of happened? Because like I can only imagine how hard it is on a normal basis just to try when you have people in the parks and experiencing the national parks, but you also trying to film it and to be able to put that into prosperity. What do you think this will ever happen again where you'd be able to get a chance like that to be able to shoot these parks like the way you did?
I think because of the amount of time we had in each national park, and because of the areas we were exploring, most national park visitors go to one scenic point, maybe two scenic points. One of the most amazing things about the American National Park system is that it's so accessible, and that they are there for everyone. But I think that also means that people barely scratch the surface of what's actually there. So I think it will be possible. I think there's many stories to be told across all of the national parks, because people only go so far and we can go further so that they don't have to. And that has enabled us to tell a more fuller story of the national park that you might think you know, but actually you don't.
That's really cool. What can you tell the Muse TV audience to watch the series? Because yeah, to me, it's a really good series. I loved it. I learned a lot
Thank you.
watching it.
Well, I think, you know, we're really lucky to have National Geographic as partners in this, and the fact that it goes on Disney Plus, hopefully we reach a bigger audience. You know, I think it's wildlife films are great family entertainment, and you come away learning things as well, which is a bonus. And I think also we have Garth Brooks, who has been an incredible collaborator as well, and a creative partner. And I feel like his voice and his presence also kind of connects you to each national park. And he was so excited to be involved. And I think that excitement and that enthusiasm is infectious.
That's cool. Yeah, that's the one thing that I do love. His voice is very reassuring
Yeah.
when you're doing this. So it's like it actually works into the series so much. Anwar, thank you so much for stopping with us. We really appreciate it. And we cannot wait for the Muse TV audience to see America's national parks.
Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.